do you see ticketing becoming a big NFT use case? And like, why in this case is this better than like a Ticketmaster?
Yeah, and so what we've tackled as one of our first use cases is events, right? And because we had a lot of demand from event organizers in the crypto and NFT space, like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, for example, and all of our partners, we actually hosted about 80 events at NFT NYC with our platform. And because we had all of that demand, we had to build an entire ticketing system where the user would be able to come in, claim tickets to an event, and then have those tickets in the Tokenproof mobile app, just like you would with Ticketmaster or Eventbrite. But all of these tickets have been free so far, right? Nobody paid to get into ApeFest. If you own an NFT that made you eligible to attend one of these events, you would get into the event. You didn't have to pay anything extra. I think the evolution of this is where event organizers want to charge for tickets and want those tickets to be NFTs. I think that use case is going to be huge. And I think we're going to see eventually an incumbent to Stubhub, because here's what's happening right now. Somebody like the Rolling Stones, they sell tickets through Ticketmaster, and the tickets are $200 a pop, right? There's people that buy those tickets for $200, and then they list them on Stubhub, and then the price goes to $1,000, right? So who's capturing that difference between $200 and $1,000? The reseller is, right? The reseller and Stubhub are capturing the $800 of difference. Who's actually justifying the value of the ticket being $1,000? Who's actually creating that price to go to $1,000? It's the Rolling Stones. Because if it wasn't the Rolling Stones, people wouldn't be willing to pay $1,000, right? But the artist is not getting anything for that transaction other than the initial $200. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It definitely sounds like, I think where you're going with this is that the use of NFTs and enabling people to sell NFTs as tickets is going to allow them to capture more of the secondary market value, because right now they're only capturing value at the first point.
You're absolutely right. And that's exactly where I was going, is by having tickets as NFTs, then the Rolling Stones can bake in a secondary market royalty into every NFT that is sold and resold. And every time that ticket changes hands, then they get a cut from that transaction. And I know that there's a lot of artists that are asking for it because they're missing out on value that they are creating. It's not the reseller that is creating the value. It's the talent that is creating the value. And they're not capturing any of that value. And so I think that is going to be a huge use case. We're starting to see ticketing marketplaces pop up. Now we need the adoption of those marketplaces and the adoption of technology. But we go back to one of the key challenges in our space, which is, how is my mom going to be able to purchase a ticket to the Rolling Stones if it's an NFT? And so we need to abstract all of that friction and make sure that my mom doesn't even know that it's an NFT, and yet she's able to interact with the technology.
You're listening to the Unstoppable Podcast, the go-to place for everyone to learn about the latest innovations in Web3, NFTs, and the decentralized web. Welcome to the metaverse.